Have you ever been shaken by a sentence? Just one line. And boom, it turned your whole world upside down? Yeah. Most people think the Bible is just some old book full of rules, complicated stories, and language no one even uses anymore. But look, don't be fooled. That thing, when you read it with your heart open, has the power to flip you inside out. You know why? Because it's not just letters, it's a mirror. And my friend, facing a real mirror is hard. Sometimes it hurts, sometimes it heals, but it always transforms. Now listen, reading the Bible just with your eyes won't change a thing. Nothing at all. The magic happens when you read with your soul, with your gut, with your open wounds. That's where reflection comes in, this forgotten habit that, honestly, should be sacred. We live in a world of pure chaos. Wake up, run, do, reply, post, scroll, sleep poorly, repeat. And in the middle of all that, there's barely or no time left to think about life, to breathe deeply and ask, what am I even doing here? Where am I going? And then, in one of those rare moments when you pause, open the Bible, and read something like, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son." Bam! It hits you hard. It chokes you up. Man, think about it. The creator of everything looked at this messed up world full of errors and failures and loved it. Loved it in such a ridiculous way that he gave up his own Son. That's not just a beautiful line. That's insanity. That's scandalous love. And if you actually reflect on it, it messes you up. It clicks. Your soul cries out, and life changes. But that only happens when you let yourself feel the text. It's not just reading, it's chewing, digesting, letting those words visit your traumas, your pain, your story. Like when you read, my God, why have you forsaken me?" That line from Jesus on the cross isn't just some quote for Holy Week. It's for anyone who's ever screamed in the dark, anyone who's felt empty and thought, where is God now? It's a brutal reminder that even the Son of the Almighty felt abandoned. And that comforts us. It tells us pain isn't a sin, that even heaven once cried. Or when you're drowning in the chaos of life, bills piling up, anxiety through the roof, hard decisions, and you come across, "Fear not, for I am with you." Ah, that calms the storm inside. It's like God sitting next to you, putting his hand on your shoulder and saying, "I'm here, breathe." But again, that only makes sense if you really take time to reflect. Modern life is numbing us. Everything's too fast, too shallow. Social media became our temple and the feed our altar. But our soul, it doesn't feed on stories. It needs silence, presence, depth. That's the secret. Reflection is a portal, a direct line between us and God. When we pause, breathe, and meditate on his word, we hear him. For real. Not just that 2-minute prayer in the car or a half-hearted God bless. We hear God speaking deep down in the details, in the whisper. And you know what else? Reflection makes us better, more human, more Christ-like. The Bible says, love one another as I have loved you. And then you start looking at your relationships and thinking, am I really loving people? Or just putting up with them because I have to? That's it. Reflection is an uncomfortable mirror, but it's in that discomfort that we grow. Remember the story of David and Goliath? That skinny kid facing a giant with a rock and faith? Read with reflection. That story becomes fuel. Because let's be real, who doesn't have a Goliath to face? It might be a health issue, a marriage falling apart, crushing debt, or a silent depression. But then you read that and realize, with faith, even giants fall. Another verse that shakes us is, Shah, I am the light of the world, Jesus speaking. And you know what that really means? That we're supposed to be light too. It's not enough to know the word and live in the dark. We have to shine. Let that light reach the broken places, in our relationships, in politics, in corrupt companies, in empty conversations. Being light is our mission. And to be light, we have to reflect. Always. Because if you don't reflect, you repeat. And those who just repeat don't change. Then there's that bomb of wisdom in Proverbs. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Man, that one's hard to swallow, huh? We love feeling in control, planning everything, calculating, predicting. But God is saying, let go. Trust you don't know everything. That's not an invitation to ignorance. It's a call to surrender. And then comes the cherry on top. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. That promise, once it sinks into your soul, becomes your anchor. On gray days, it's sunshine. In loss, it's comfort. In despair, it's direction. Here's the real deal. The Bible doesn't change anyone by itself. Transformation only happens when you read, reflect, apply. That's the formula. Without reflection, it's just paper. With reflection, it becomes flesh, becomes life. So look, if you're hearing this now, I challenge you. Pick one verse this week, just one, but read it every day. Read it in silence. Read it out loud. Read it crying, if that's what comes up. And ask God, what do you want to show me through this? The answer might not come right away, but it'll come. And when it does, hold on, because your life will never be the same again. What are you waiting for? Stop running. Turn off the notifications. Close the tab. And go reflect. Go seek depth. Dive into the text that has the power to change everything. And if this message spoke to you in any way, share it. Someone out there might be needing exactly this right now. May your faith be thoughtful, felt, lived, and may you never read the Bible the same way again.